Say again? Yeah, let you get it if you want. Up to you. Yep. Have at her. Whatever you want, boss.
Welcome to Schmalz Cup Tournament Weekend in Woodstock, the PGHL, supported by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, Milk Up, and Lakeshore and Clarington all milked up for this game this evening from Woodstock. Lakeshore coming from the Stobbs division out of the west, and Clarington, the Orr division in the east. As we are just about ready to go here, I'm Steve Sabbert along with John Colias, and two teams that have performed well and have gotten to this point, both 1-1 entering into tonight's game. We'll be back in a moment with the opening face-off, but first we'll go to our public address announcer and the national anthem. With that, we are ready to go here in Woodstock, Lakeshore and Clarington. I'm Steve Sabbert along with John Colias, Alec along the boards tonight, and of course, along with the great crew from 519 Sports, as they are providing us with the wonderful images you will see through tonight's game. Again, two more teams, Johnny K, another fast one expected.
Two teams that haven't seen each other since last year in Guelph with the Schmalz Cup final. That game went into overtime with the Lakeshore Canadians victorious. 13 returning players from that team. The Clarington Eagles, they've probably been circled this game on the calendar. Win for either team will put them in the 1 versus 4 game. And Woodstock weekend is well on their way. Applejacks getting the first win of the night, 5-3 versus the Siskins, and game 2 gets started right now.
And away we go, and the Eagles control off the opening face-off. Hall on the far side, circle his name on the roster. Defenseman for the Clarington Eagles. Puck into the Lakeshore zone over to the far boards, and that'll be picked up by Sullivan, and he'll flip it into Clarington territory. Forecheck goes in heavy for Lakeshore. The Eagles able to get by that, and up over to the right wing. Shaw coming in on the backhand, can't get to the net, stays with the puck though, trying to get it closer to the net, dishes it off, and it's worked around by Manning. Gets it deep into the zone. Shaw ties up his man, and it's picked up by Hamlin, and he'll look around and left wing, tipped at center ice. No, that'll be icing against Lakeshore.
Lakeshore Canadians look a little light on the bench. Steve, we're going to have to check the lineup. Looks like there's a few APs for the game 3 of their round robin. I'm sure there's a couple bumps and bruises from the first 2 games. Semifinals Saturday.
Clarington able to push the puck to the far corner, but Lakeshore fighting for it at the blue line, and it just skips out, so offside is the call.
Starting goaltender for the Lakeshore Canadians, number 32, Nicholas Bolton. 1.67 goals against average in 12 playoff games. He's 11-1, Steve.
Watches his team control the draw just inside their own zone. Tipped high in the air into Clarington area now and goes out of play. Clarington starting goaltender, number 1, Jude Rodina.
Jude Rodina from Richmond Hill, Ontario, a 20-year-old, 29 regular season games, 18 wins, 16 losses, 2.70 goals against.
Clarington to the near side. Kellaway will fire it in right on net. Easily saved by Bolton. Puck comes around to the near side, and Lakeshore will look to move it out. Cross ice pass read by Clarington and popped back into the Canadian zone. We'll see how the teams make use of this ice surface here in Woodstock as Lakeshore attacks. Look out, rebound on the far side, hit the side of the net, and now Clarington has a chance to clear, and they get it up the ice quickly. Mitchell Davies in deep. Quick shot, rebound, and tied up was Cole Williamson as he was coming in on the near left wing. And a good play by the Lakeshore defenseman to make sure he didn't get the shot away. Dupuis on the far side, trying to chop it ahead through center ice. He gets tied up along the side boards, and Galvin's back for Lakeshore. Sends it over to the far corner. Back around to the near side, and Lakeshore making sure they break out properly with nice, crisp, short passes. Now flipped into the Clarington zone. Dupuis took a hit along the end boards. Puck stuck behind the Clarington net, fed over to the far side, and the Eagles have a chance to clear, but it hit a skate, never caught out cleanly, and that forces Rodina to make the save.
Rodina not taking any chances early in this game. Both teams seem to be adapting to the Olympic-size ice surface. Both teams have some wheels, some veteran presence, and a good flow early on in this game here, Steve.
Face off to the far side in the Clarington zone. Eagles win out. They'll bring it over to the near side, back to center ice, and Galvin pumps it right back. Look out, odd bounce off the end boards, and Rodina had to be aware of that. Almost got knocked down by his own defenseman who was coming back to help out. Puck was cleared nonetheless. No damage done. 3 minutes into the first period, and it's sent into the Lakeshore zone. Played to the near side and knocked out by Lakeshore down the length of the ice. Won't go far enough for icing, and played by Hall. Takes a break behind his own net. Now we'll take a couple of steps forward. Here comes Hall coming up through center. Almost lost the puck and will backhand it into the offensive zone. In behind the Lakeshore net now. Eagles right on the puck carrier. They sent it out in front, but a missed opportunity on the shot. And the Canadians go the other way. Led into the zone. Shot wide. Goes to the far point. Kept in. And now Clarington trying to take control, and they'll just get it out over the blue line. Comes to the near side and sent right back into the Clarington end. High stick touching the puck, and Tronchen will see the face-off come outside the Clarington blue line.
Both teams feeling each other out early in this game. The final round-robin game of the tournament. Both teams set to play in semifinal games tomorrow, with the Schmalz Cup final Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Puck into Lakeshore end quickly. Two Clarington players collide. That allows Lakeshore to clear the puck down the length of the ice. Matheson back, clears it over to the far boards, and the Eagles get it out quickly. Look out. On the attack goes Davies, tries to send it back to Kellaway, but it was behind him. And the Canadians able to tap it out to center ice. Metcalf battling for it on the near sides, looks for some help. And Manarin steps in for Clarington to pick it up, slides it back to his own zone, and Clarington able to get it up through the middle. Williamson in on the attack of the far side, looking for some assistance, kept in there by Poulin. And the shot goes out of play. Another face-off here, and quick changes for Lakeshore with the limited numbers they have on their side.
Limited numbers. I was wondering about Lakeshore captain Albano Instainer took a puck off the foot, and he didn't finish the game. I hope he's all right. The captain, they're going to need him for a push for a second consecutive Schmalz Cup. We'll see if he's in the lineup tomorrow, Steve.
Covered up by Bolton to force a face-off on the far side, and it's always the risk you take in playing in playoff situations because you're doing everything you can to help your team win, and getting down in front of shots point blank. So we'll see if the captain returns again. These games here on Friday night determining the seeding into tomorrow's playoffs, so no eliminations today, but tomorrow is a different story. Puck in the Clarington zone, off the boards on the far side, and it's moved up by the Eagles in on the rush, cutting in on net, poke check, and cleared by the Lakeshore defense. And a good play by Bolton as he saw Hayes Bell coming in hot with an opportunity. Now into the Lakeshore zone again, and Clarington controlling the play right now as they're in the Lakeshore zone quickly and with a little bit of grit as well. Now the Canadians able to get it down the ice, forcing Hall to play it. Coming around to the near side, he's popped into the boards. Back to the Lakeshore blue line. Up the far side. Canadians haven't really got their first good opportunity yet. Here's Dara coming in, looking to send it across far side, just out of the reach of Hall. Stayed with it, but couldn't get a shot away as he snuck in from the far right wing. Good battle along the far boards there. Now turned up the ice by Lakeshore, but the pass hit a leg, and Clarington quickly resumes possession. Now they give it away on a bad pass through the middle. 7 minutes gone here in this opening period. And Clarington in on the forecheck again, trying to cause Lakeshore to make a mistake. Sent down the ice, and this is going to be icing.
Definitely the ice is tilted here early in this game, pointed right into the Lakeshore Canadian zone. Clarington big, they're getting some chances. Lakeshore has to get some pucks in and get close to the goalie of the Clarington Eagles, Rodina.
Near side pushed out by Lakeshore. They'll get it up. Tronchen leading the charge on the right wing. He's got some teammates going to the net, around the net, and a centering pass intercepted by Clarington. Puck goes to the far side. Eagles get it into the offensive zone, but the Canadians are there defensively to pound it out, and they'll march it up the ice. Going to the net, backhand, rebound, cleared. Good first save. And then a nice clear by the Clarington defense as the rebound was sitting there loose. Play on the near side. Williamson will pick it up and send it into the offensive zone. Now far side to the Clarington blue line, but look out, puck tipped into the seating area just underneath us. 12:09 left to go here in the first period. Face-off just outside the Clarington blue line. Williamson back to pick it up. Over to the far right wing, now back to the near left side. Claus with it coming in for the Eagles. Sends it behind the Lakeshore net. And the Canadians all over that as it's picked up and sent down the ice. Davies giving chase, but Williamson was there first. Pass to the far side, popped in by Sullivan. Can't keep it in the Clarington zone. Hall now will send it over to the near side. Williamson over to Hall. Looks around to the right wing, and Clarington able to get it into the offensive zone. Scoreless here in the first period, coming up to the midway point. Puck stuck along the end boards, kick back to the blue line, kept in by the Eagles. Hall with it. Holds onto it, dumps it into the corner, but it was in a crowd. And Garvey battling there for it. Comes around to the near side. Tronchen looking for it. And that's followed up by Taylor. He's through the middle, up ahead to the far side, and Lakeshore gets it into the offensive end and in deep. Back to the blue line, held on by French. Slap pass to the side of the net, but no one was there for Lakeshore. Now Clarington will pick it up, and Sterling has it on his stick. He'll feed it through the middle, and that springs Manning coming in on the charge. Manning with the shot into the chest of one, Nicholas Bolton.
That's Dawson Manning from Trenton, Ontario, the overage player for the Clarington Eagles. 39 regular season games, 21 goals, 54 assists, 75 points. In the playoffs currently, 17 points, 6 goals, 11 assists. Not too shabby, Steve.
Face-off win by Clarington, trying to get a shot to the Lakeshore net. Didn't work. Back to the point. Kept in. Clarington with another shot. Saved by Bolton once again. We have Alec along the boards with us through this game. We'll check with him in the next stoppage of play. He's been able to talk to some players and coaches throughout the evening, and we'll get an update from him in just a moment as Bolton settles his equipment and is ready to go. Face off in the Lakeshore zone. The Canadians hemmed in for the last couple of minutes. Relieve some pressure. Clarington, though, quick on the puck, and they've come out with some purpose here in this game tonight. Still scoreless, though. Puck on the far side. Gets back to center ice, and Clarington's right there to beat it back into the Lakeshore zone. Canadians not taking any chances. When they have an opportunity to clear, they do. Now trying to push it up the middle, and they turn it over, and it's moved in. Look out, Clarington to the front of the net, and that's tipped wide of by Jordan Shaw. He had the opportunity there as he came streaking in, and play is whistled down. Let's go down to Alec.
Hey guys, and yeah, you mentioned it. This is a big game and a rematch of the 2022 Schmalz Cup between these two teams. And I had a moment before the game to speak with one of the Clarington staff, and he said, hey, listen, this team's come back better this year. They've come back stronger, more determined, and they got a big chip on their shoulder that they've had on all season, and they want it bad this year. Back to you guys.
Thank you. Determination, keyword there, Johnny K, is you can have a lot of skill and a lot of hard work, but you still have to have the determination.
Determination and putting in the hard work to get the final job done on Sunday, Steve.
Play in the Lakeshore zone behind the net. Canadians can't bang it out, and kept in by the Eagles, and you get a sense it's only a matter of time before the Eagles find a great scoring opportunity as they've hemmed in the Canadians early. Puck up the near side and sent into the zone by Herneman, and that will be gloved by Rodina for a faceoff.
Fun fact from that OT Schmalz Cup final 2022 in Guelph, 2 penalty shots in that game, both for the Lakeshore Canadians. I've never seen that. They scored on one and they were denied on the other, but you don't see too many playoff penalty shots, 2 in one game in a final.
Face-off win by Lakeshore in the offensive zone towards the net. That's tipped high off the end glass, put back towards the net, tipped away. Nice play to keep it in. Look out, and Rodina's going to have to pounce on this one as the Lakeshore Canadians getting some good puck movement around, and number 25, Noah Taylor, left alone on the doorstep.
And Noah Taylor with some good zone time in the Eagles zone. 8:28 left here in the first period. It's been mostly advantage Eagles. The Canadians are starting to push back a bit. Save number 2 in 2 or less seconds for Rodina. And a face-off's going to be, again, to his left.
Clarington able to draw the puck back. Hall will take charge in his own end and make a nice move to skate it out of the zone. He's through the middle, doing it all himself and trying to send it towards the net, but hit a Lakeshore blade. Hall still with the puck in the corner, now sends it around to the near side. Eagles have it in the offensive zone. Walk-in shot towards the net is deflected wide. Mercier gets knocked off the puck, but it doesn't get to the front of the Lakeshore net. Canadians very responsible so far around their crease. Puck back to the far side. There's a long shot, and the Canadians will take that all day long to make it easy for Nicholas Bolton.
Nicholas Bolton, he sees the puck. He'll catch the puck, Steve. Tecumseh, Ontario native, the 20-year-old. Backstopping the Canadians here in the round-robin game number 3. Like you said earlier, Steve, both teams are 1-1. This game will make a difference in the standings for tomorrow's semifinal games.
Puck goes to the far side and out to center. Clarington there to bang it in, but not too deep. Lakeshore with the opportunity to move it, they do. And it's down the length of the ice. Giving chase, Marcus Levesque. Far side, back to the blue line, shot towards the net. That's wide, look out, there's another blast, that's blocked. And a diving Nolan Matheson got in front of that one, and that springs Clarington to go the other way. That shot wide of the Lakeshore cage. Williamson able to keep it in for a moment, and now moved out by Luc Chauvin, number 10. Fires it into the Clarington zone. Williamson back to pick it up. Spins away from a forward check to the far side, and Clarington will get it out. Pass along the right wing, tipped into the zone. Garvey is back defensively, trying to tie up Davies, who gets away from him for a moment. Davies now leaves it in the corner. Clarington tried to cycle it a little bit in the far side. Lakeshore trying to spring out. Big hit as a Lakeshore player was trying to exit the zone, and he got popped right in the chest. That was number 14, Metcalf. Seems to be okay though, as he's back on the rush. Left wing makes a move. Puck got away from him though, and Williamson will get it up to the near side. Sullivan trying to make a steal, but it's down into the Lakeshore zone. They're there defensively. Garvey back to pick off a pass, and they're able to clear it down the ice. Hall in his own end to pick it up near side. Picked up by the Eagles as they crisscross out of their own zone. There's a hit running over Trent Gaylor. So the physicality stepping up here late in the first period with 5:40 to play. Puck on the far boards. Hall able to pick it up in behind the net. He'll put on the brakes.
Nothing happening for the Lakeshore Canadians. They're going to post up and do a 1-3-1 trap and make the Eagles skate the puck out, which they have, Steve.
Claus with the shot off the blocker, the goaltender. Puck comes over to the near boards, and Claus able to keep it in. French takes over, sends it behind his own net, and the Lakeshore Canadians will reset. Not rushing anything at this point, making sure their exits are clean, and French gets it up the ice and throws it into the Clarington zone, but it's around down the ice now, and giving chase is Junkin. He's in deep. He's got some support too with Sterling there along the wall. Puck around the net to the near side. Canadians trying to work it up on the right wing. They get it to center and into the Clarington end. Eagles are back. Nobody taking any unnecessary risks here so far in this opening period. Coming down to 4 minutes to play. Scoreless. Puck into the Lakeshore zone now, and the Canadians are back to pick it up. Middleton sends it to the near side. And Truncheon now looking for an outlet. Tries to go cross ice, but Manning intercepted and threw it right back into the Lakeshore zone. Along the end board, stolen by Clarington. There's a pass out in front, hit a leg, far side shot, down is Bolton. He's looking for it. It's now covered up. And great opportunity for Clarington, and now we have some tempers flaring.
I like to see that little battle in front of Bolton in the blue paint, a scramble. And I think this game lacks intensity, and that there is going to bring some intensity there. Let's get into it a little more. Totally different game from our first one here, Steve. But they're going to get into it here. Eagles pressing hard, Bolton with the save.
Mercier and Shaw were tied up after the whistle. Referees, linesmen separating. Referees just saying play on. So still 5-on-5 as the puck gets by and down the ice into the Clarington zone. Williamson turns it over in the neutral zone. They have 3 Canadians going the other way. Here's Chauvin with the shot, and that's steered away by Rodina with the blocker. And Clarington now taking it the other way. There's a shot that's wide of the cage. And that's the danger of trying to carrying it out of your own zone when you hit traffic in neutral territory. A turnover can be dangerous. Luckily, Rodina there to make the save. Puck up the far side. Lakeshore is back. Sent over to the near boards now. High in the air, knocked down by Manarin. And in he comes, long shot wide of the net. Near side, Watkins trying to keep it in and not able to do so. Here comes the rush, Hamlin, but he's offside, and that will stop the play.
Got to be careful with the turnovers. If you're the Clarington Eagle last man, if you're the last man and both your teammates are to your left and right parallel, you're considered the last man. A turnover there. Canadians couldn't make the most of it, but that would be the best opportunity for the Canadians late here in the first period.
Yeah, just 2:35 remaining, and we remain scoreless. Eagles battle for it in the far corner, trying to drop the pass back to the high slot. They able to keep it in. There's a shot saved by Bolton. He's down on his back. Puck is loose, and a big hit near the end as an Eagles player gets rattled and slow to get up after that hit.
Looks like there's going to be a cross-checking penalty. That was the motion by the referee. And someone's going on the power play, Steve.
Yeah, Evan French, number 4, the Canadians going off the ice. So first power play opportunity of the game here for either side, and it will go to Clarington.
.223 left here, first period. No score. Advantage Eagles on the power play.
We've seen the Eagles move the puck around well, 5-on-5, and now they have the extra man. Hall working the top of this power play unit. Williamson a shot towards the net, that's wide. Hall will get over to keep it in on the far side. Quick movement by Clarington. Williamson lost the handle, looking for it. Lakeshore can't clear. It's pushed to the perimeter, and now Hall somehow keeps it in along the far boards. Noah Taylor on him, trying to tie it up. And it's pushed back to center ice. Eagles will have to regroup. Here's Hall. Sends it in. Offside will be the call as they try to spring Manning with a little bit of momentum, but didn't work.
One extra move by the veteran defenseman Hall forces the offside. Not much going on the power play early here for the Eagles. Bolton's having himself a game. They're going to have to get some traffic in front of him, get some rebounds, and try to get the first goal of the game here.
Williamson backs it up, gets it to Hall. Just a minute 5 left in the power play here. Clarington into the zone. Quick shot, glove save by Bolton. Got turned around, but the puck comes to the near side. So he stabbed at it and couldn't stop the play. Clarington maintaining possession in the offensive end here. Hall on the far side looking around. Williamson shot towards the net. That hit a leg, never reached the crease area. Around the boards, behind the net now, over to the far side, pass back. Williamson had to reach for it. Lakeshore couldn't clear. Levesque couldn't get enough of the stick on the puck. Last minute of play here in the first period. Hall's shot, couple of tips wide of the net. And Clarington coming dangerously close to opening the scoring. But they've been stifled so far. Puck beside the net, off the paddle of Bolton. He'll dive for it, and he's on it. And Lakeshore just doing enough to get in the way of the passing lane.
Yeah, just doing enough there, and loose pucks in front of Bolton there. It's been a couple times bouncing. He smothers it, makes the save. He's been the busiest Canadian on the ice for this first period. 30 seconds left. Would you agree, Sabby? Would he be the busiest Canadian?
Busiest Canadian tonight so far. Absolutely.
So far, yeah, he's played well.
Evan French ready to jump out of the box here as Clarington keeps it in at the blue line. Along the end boards, nobody in front of the net. Stick goes flying to the far side, and the Canadians able to get it out of their own zone to center, but nice little pickpocket by Shaw. 2-on-1 coming in. Dara holds, fires into the chest of Bolton. And Bolton was playing shooter all the way.
Brady Dara with the cannon right on the logo of the Lakeshore Canadians. Bolton with the save, square to the puck. Like you said, Steve, he was playing the shooter. Big save for Bolton.
Out in front, they score! Shaw! Seconds left. Right off the draw, they had Shaw set up on the far side. Face-off win, tip past Bolton, make it 1-0.
Yeah, with the quick east-west pass, Dawson Manning, the captain, finds Shaw on the far post. Bolton, no chance on that one, and the Clarington Eagles open the scoring with 5.8 seconds left here in the first period, Steve.
So you hate as a team to give up that type of goal with just a fraction left in the period. But that's what the Clarington Eagles are able to do as they take the lead 1-0, but really both teams with a lot of speed in that first period. Lakeshore Canadians find themselves down 1-0. Let's go down to Alec.
Hey guys, I'm here with the first goal score. 5.5 seconds left on the clock. You bang it home past the goaltender who's playing really well here early on. How'd you get it done?
I was just, going to the net hard, usually what I like to do, and playing with Dawson Manning, it's easy. He knows where I am. Just the puck went in.
What do you guys got to do coming in here for the second period and third period to keep things going here?
I feel like we got to keep our energy up. We can't be dying down. They're playing us strong. We got to get pucks deep and just attack.
Thanks, bud.
No worries.
Back.
Thanks, Alec. And yeah, first period action here. Clarington definitely high energy, and looks like they have control early on.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Steve. High energy, getting pucks in deep, using their skating, their ability to forecheck on the Canadians' D. Bolton was the difference there for the Canadians. Stood tall, played top of the blue. No chance on that late goal by Shaw. But definitely I feel like the Clarington Eagles have a bit more jump. The Canadians, let's not forget, they're missing some key players in that lineup too. So 1-0 Clarington Eagles after one.
We'll be back with the second period in just a few minutes. You're watching the Schmalz Cup playoff weekend here in Woodstock, sponsored by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. 1-0 for Clarington over Lakeshore after 1 period of play. Getting set for period number 2. Steve Saber along with John Colias here at the Schmalz Cup Provincials PGHL action. And last 5 seconds, Clarington makes it count.
Dawson Manning with the cross-crease pass to Jordan Shaw. Clarington Eagles score. 5 seconds left in the first period. Nicholas Bolton, stellar performance in that for the Canadians. See if the Lakeshore Canadians can push back here in the second period. 1-0 Eagles.
12-6 the shots in favor of Clarington. They definitely had the bulk of offensive opportunities as we get set for period number 2. Another good crowd here in Woodstock for this contest. First game saw Wellesley defeat Stainer 5-3. So both teams now done for the evening, waiting to see who they'll play tomorrow. Game scheduled for 2 and 5. As we're underway here, second period action. Hall near side. And now up through the middle, Lakeshore has to race back. Garvey chasing it down. It comes over to the near boards and round the net to the far side again as Clarington sent in a little bit of a forecheck. Puck all the way back into Lakeshore area. That forces Galvin to play it. He's being watched closely there by Manning. Puck goes to the far side and exits the zone. Turnover. Clarington can't get it out over the blue line. Shot off a stick and goes out of play.
Aiden Navaco from the Canadians with the shot, top of the circles, deflected out of play. Let me tell you about Aiden Navaco. Lakeshore, Ontario native, 33 regular season games, 14 points, a 19-year-old veteran for the Canadians.
Lakeshore's played so defensively so far. To be interested to see. Here's a rush though, nice little move. Shot wide of the net as Brady Dara comes racing in, end to end by number 23. Now Lakeshore looking for an opening here, and they'll move it up over the blue line. Clarington easily steals that. Again, we'll see what kind of offensive push Lakeshore has as they're more of a defensive setup here in the first half of the game.
Yes, they are, but what a chance by Brady Dara from Cobourg, Ontario, coming in hot on Bolton. Bolton with the save. Had an opportunity to meet Brady's dad, Jeff, at the first round robin game, and Elmira told me that his son played some OJHL last year, but he's playing with the Clarington Eagles this year. He's just enjoying his time here.
They have the 1-0 lead early on. Lakeshore with a win, but they give it away, and here comes a breakaway. Junkin coming in, shot, and where is it? It's underneath. What a save by the goaltender, Nicholas Bolton, as they try to go underneath him, and takes a well-deserved rest after making that save.
Yeah, it was the rookie Dale Junkin all alone. Nice, smooth, silk hands. I thought he tucked it underneath Bolton. Bolton, calm as a cucumber, stayed flat on the blue, pops up, the puck's there, Sabi.
Big save by the Lakeshore goaltender for sure. Puck back to center ice and fired quickly into the Lakeshore end. Bolton out to play it. He coughs it up. Back to the high slot. Rolling puck got away from the Clarington player. And now it's down the ice. Mercier giving chase. Puck in behind the Clarington net. Cleared to the far side. Now Lakeshore sending in a little bit of a forecheck here, trying to stir the pot a little. And here comes Junkin again, coming into Lakeshore zone. He gets pushed into the end board. Sterling can't keep it in for Clarington, and the Canadians looking for their opportunity here to even things up. They'll get the puck through center, but a tip gives it away, and going the other way is Clarington. Out in front, shot saved by number 32, Bolton again, got that right arm up. And is he ever putting on a show here? Manarin took a high hit. Play continues. Puck into the Lakeshore zone. Here's Pula coming in from the corner. Sends it around the net over to the far side. Matheson sends it back to the end boards. Watch out for the wraparound. Back to the point. Hall quickly to the net off a shin pad. Hall again. Shot comes in. That's off a stick and out of play.
Some good push by the Clarington Eagles. Mitchell Davies, Newcastle, Ontario native, 18-year-old. Some good puck movement, good aggression, finishing some checks, getting some shots on Bolton. Back and forth here. It's going to be Hayes Bell taking the draw for the Clarington Eagles.
Bell on the far side, able to keep it in. They cycle it to the near boards. High slot shot. Saved by Bolton as Dupuis got one away into the glove of number 32.
Quick shot by Dupuis, top of the circle. Bolton answers once again, Steve.
Face-off win. Claus with it. Makes a little move. Shot towards the net. That's wide. And Bolton is covering it up on the far post.
The keys to win the face-off. Eagles seem to be doing that. Then they're getting great opportunities just coming off the wall, getting a shot on Bolton.
Canadians just seem to be hemmed in all the time. There's a shot. That's blocked. Look out, a trickler past the far post. Eagles on it very quickly. And they've increased their pressure in the offensive zone for sure. Back to the near point. Dupuis walks it in. Shot through a crowd. And back to Dupuis. High shot wide of the net. Puck comes over to the near side. Lakeshore still can't get it out of their end. Now there's a giveaway. And it's pushed to center ice. But that's as far as it goes for Lakeshore. And rushed in by Claus on the far side. And that will be tipped out of play.
Tipped out of play. I don't want to jinx it, Savvy, but I like the fact that there's less penalties this game. Some more flow. Back and forth. Checking things out. Manning, the captain, going to take the draw for the Clarington Eagles.
The only thing is I don't think we've turned to our left at all this period. It's all been Clarington for the most part. Now Lakeshore will take control and they'll get it up the ice. Pushed into the Clarington zone. Can they keep it in deep though? At the blue line towards the net. That snuck through everybody wide. Puck goes to the far side. Sullivan drops it down low. Eagles take control. Hall sends it up. And Dara will throw it in to the Lakeshore end. Far side. Fennick there. Oh, he takes a hit. And we're going to get our first penalty of the game. And this one will go against Clarington. Or
I feel it's Clarington. They're going to call it a head check. Had his hands up here, Steve. We'll see what the call is.
Yep.
A head check. Maybe I jinxed us with no penalties, Steve. But it's going to be a number 16. That is Jordan Shaw from Courtice, Ontario. Going to get to the box for 2 minutes or less. Lakeshore Canadians' first opportunity in the power play.
1-0 lead for Clarington. And the Canadians get to work with the man advantage.
2 minutes for contact to the head.
So it is 2 minutes for contact to the head for Shaw. Kept in at the blue line. Far side, no shot. Cross ice pass, that was blocked. Canadians maintain control here. Good stick handling down low, able to keep possession of the puck. Now trying to work it on the outside, but Clarington jumps all over that one and sends it down the ice. Back into the Clarington zone, Lakeshore on the attack, and that attack is turned around quickly. Puck bouncing around at center ice. Picked up by Garvey, quick pass to the far wing, doesn't connect. Matheson will hold on to it, now send it down the length of the ice under a minute to go. And the man advantage for Lakeshore. Haven't really established anything in the offensive end yet. Pass up to Garvey. Into the offensive end, looking to cut to the net. Puck goes in behind the Clarington cage, turned around by Watkins. He'll rip it on the near boards and look out. A little bit of a bounce pass, possibly. Had number 9, Mitchell Davies, walking up the ice. Here's a pass to Davies. Score!
The goal set up by the captain, Dawson Manning. Gets Davies the puck, no mistake. Nicholas Bolton sprawls out, open cage, and it's 2-0 here, Steve. Shorthanded goal for the Clarington Eagles.
Well, Davies came in deep because they try to make a little bounce pass to him, so he was actually deep in the zone. They try to clear Manning there to cut it off, and just Davies, the man, coming across the net. As soon as he saw that puck was still in the zone, he went straight to the net and rewarded for his efforts. 2-0 on a short-handed goal here for Clarington. And we have more than the arena horn going on here, as the Clarington fans have bought their own noise makers tonight for the game. Penalty now over. Clarington back to full strength. So Lakeshore unable to take advantage of it and actually end up with a special teams deficit on the Clarington shorthanded goal. Near side cleared to the blue line, but not out. Dupuis able to keep it in, has some backup as well from Bell. Shaw now on the far side, keeps it in down low. Tied up along the end boards. Lakeshore 2-on-2, trying to win the battle. They can't do it. Wrap around and saved by Bolton once again.
Bolton with the save. 12:19 left here, second period. Eagles finding the net late in the first, then a shorthanded goal in the second. 2 assists for the captain, Manning. Face off to Bolton's left.
Face off win by Clarington. Close quarters at the blue line and chopped down by Sullivan. He sends it up the ice, but not handled well by Hamlin. Clarington back in numbers to pick up the loose puck. Fed up the near right wing, stretch pass, trying to break out Gaylor, who has some speed up the ice into the zone on the forecheck, trying to create the turnover. Lakeshore getting all tangled up in the defensive zone. Here comes Hall now, pass to the front of the net, and that's steered to the corner. Garvey will chop it over to the far boards, and back to the blue line, kept in. Bolton will glove that one down and let his team reset. And you have a feeling here tonight, JK, it's going to be a busy night for number 32.
Busy night already. We're not even halfway through the game here. He's faced multiple shots, outshot 2-1 in the first. He's been busy. I know it's 2-0 Eagles, but it'd be a lot more if Bolton wasn't ready to play. Top of the blue, he's ready to go here.
Back to the blue line and out. Lakeshore some breathing room now as they get the puck down the ice. Tronchen coming in, comes around the net over to the near side. He's got Galvin at the near point. Doesn't give him the puck though and coughs it up, and we got a penalty coming up to Clarington, I believe. Slashing will be the call on number 25, Junkin. So another power play opportunity for Lakeshore here in the second period.
Let's see if Lakeshore can get on the board here, get a puck to the top, get some traffic in front of Bodina, and see if he can slide her in to make it a 2-1 game. Power play advantage for the Canadians.
Face-off comes to the near side. Lakeshore unable to keep it in and set up their power play unit, forced all the way back into their own zone. Trying to get some flow here with the man advantage, but Clarington Last time able to muster up a short-handed goal to take a 2-0 lead. Mercier sends it into the Clarington end. Back to pick it up is Williamson. Has it behind the net, fires it around the boards and down the length of the ice. Poulin coming in, and it'll be moved over to the near side and up by Galvin. Into the offensive zone, drop pass and cleared by Clarington, and look out, speed up the ice. Here comes Bell, drop pass, a high blast off the end boards. And Mercier gets steamrolled as he carries the puck up. He jumps up and will get to the bench. And again, the Lakeshore penalty or power play unit having some issues here. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Garvey up the middle. Played by Taylor into the offensive zone far side. Gets rubbed out along the boards. Clarington will take control here and move it up over the blue line to center and into the Lakeshore zone. In deep is Canini. He's tying the puck up along the end boards, but numbers went out. And the Canadians will have a chance to roll it up the ice one more time before this power play expires, and they cough it up the blue line. Hall was there, able to pick it off easily, and that will do it for the power play, and the Clarington Eagles back to full strength, and they're up the ice quickly, led by Canini with the shot. That's wide. Comes to the near boards, and Lakeshore trying to tip it ahead. Tied up in some feet, and it's moved ahead by Fennick, but there defensively is Dara. Puck along the near boards, now deeper into the Clarington zone. Williamson races to the far side. Can't get there in time. Lakeshore pumps it around the net over to the near boards, and the Eagles have a chance to get it to the blue line and out. And here comes the captain. Manning coming in. Holds on to the puck to Poulin. Big save by Bolton. There's another shot high in the air, and Bolton focused on that bouncing piece of rubber, and we got a penalty coming up in front of the Lakeshore net.
Looks like Garvey is tangled up net front, and he's going to the penalty box.
Yep. And is it Dawson Manning that took the brunt of that, or that's 15, Poulin, I believe.
Poulin, you are correct, Steve. Lakeshore Eagles going to go on the Milk Up power play.
So they've been able to kill off 2 penalties and score a shorthanded goal. Now they get their first man advantage of the period here. Back to the point. Holding's the call on the play, so Eagles looking to take a 3-0 lead here. Good puck movement, slid across to the near boards. Lakeshore with an opportunity to move it up, and Shaw gets the hands up high a little bit on Mercier. Play continues. Clarington in deep, nice little backhand. That's wide of the cage. So Clarington getting in close. Sent down the ice by Lakeshore as they'll change up their penalty killers, and they're in deep short-handed. Wraparound play, and that's a save by Rodina, who hasn't seen the puck in a little bit. Stayed with the play. Fired by Lakeshore around the boards near side down the length of the ice, and you always wonder when a goaltender hasn't seen the puck for a while whether he's ready for that first big opportunity.
He was up to the task, stuck the leg out there.
Giveaway through the neutral zone. Race forward on the far side. Williamson's back defensively. Comes over to the near side. And the Eagles will sprint it out on the stick of Davies. Pops it off the boards to himself. Creates some separation with the defender. Back to the blue line. That one got out. So Clarington will have to touch up. Allows Lakeshore some breathing room. Just 20 seconds left in the man advantage. So the Eagles will come up empty on their first power play opportunity of the game with 6.5 to play here in the second period. Puck comes around to the near side, and the Eagles quickly to move it out. They're into the zone. Look for the drop pass, but that's a giveaway. Only one man back, and the Lakeshore Canadians have numbers coming in. There's a pass, and that was knocked away. Never got to its intended target, and Lakeshore comes up empty on a 3-on-1 attempt. Puck to the near side. Clarington able to get control. Off the boards and back to center ice, and issues for the Eagles trying to stay on their skates as a couple of players have slipped and fell here. Getting turned around a little bit. Here's Dupuis. Sends it to the near side. And down into the Lakeshore zone. Eagles circling around with Kanini was in front of the net. Now he goes to the near boards to make a hit. Eagles able to keep it in the offensive end. Thrown over to the far side. Navako ties it up along the boards. Lakeshore able to dig it out first, and it comes over to the near side. And Middleton will send it up. And quick passing exit by the Canadians, but back to center ice as the Eagles make quick work of any Lakeshore rush. Just 5 minutes left here in the period. 2-0 lead, Clarington. Pass out in front, scores! Mitchell Davies making it 3-0 on a beautiful pass out in front, quick release.
Yeah, Poulin with the pass out front, quick release by Davies. You couldn't have said it any better, Savvy. That's the third goal. It's 3-0 Eagles. Just a little extra work behind the net. Poulin with a nice pass. 4:50 left here, second period. 3-0 Clarington Eagles.
Back into the Lakeshore zone. Eagles looking for more. Now bounces to center ice and popped right back in. Eagles are offside. A little too anxious to try to go for more. Lakeshore trying to get it up into the offensive zone, but unable to get into the zone cleanly, and the Eagles will turn it up the other way. Matheson takes a bump, puck comes to the near side, picked up by Garvey, spins around to the near corner, getting it up to Sullivan. Look out, there's a shot saved by Bolton. Let's go down to Alec to see what he has to say.
Can you see me down here, guys? All the way at the other end of the ice. I just want to quickly talk about the goaltender, Nicholas Bolton. The Ice allowed 3 goals. But take these playoff stats. 11-1. 941 save percentage throughout these playoffs. This guy's been keeping these Lakeshore Canadians in a lot of games, and right now, let me tell you, it could be 5 or 6-0 right now, Clarington, if he wasn't in between the pipes for the Canadians. Back to you guys up there.
Quite the impressive statistical line on number 32. Needs a little support now from the guys up front, as so far the Lakeshore Canadians haven't been able to establish any sort of offensive game. Puck comes to the near side. Here comes the Canadians up to the blue line. Mercier, left wing, drop pass, shot towards the net. That was partially tipped and driven wide. Hall now, man, way out down the ice. Hall didn't see him, and he's into the zone himself. Hall coming in, quick shot. That's steered away. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the second period. Puck along the end boards. Eagles on the attack once again. Quick shot, rebound. Far side hit the referee. Allows the Eagles to play it around the net to the near boards. Mercier trying to get it out. Here comes another shot attempt. Bolton makes the save off of Manarin.
Manarin, the 19-year-old out of Courtice, Ontario, Savvy. 33 regular season games, 10 and 10, 20 points. 7 playoff games, 1 and 2 for 3. Manarin from Courtice, Ontario. Have you been to Courtice? Do you know where that is? There's quite a few kids
I've
from
not
Courtice.
been there before.
We're going to have to Google it because I just need to know where this place is.
Could be the next visit of the Schmalz Cup.
Could be.
After this weekend.
That's right.
Puck into the Lakeshore zone, in behind the net, fed up to the near side. And Levesque will get it out to center, but backside pressure on him by Dara. And it's going to be moved the other way by Williamson. Up through the ice, near wing. Williamson will find it in the corner again. Takes a hit though, and the Canadians look to clear. Just 2 minutes left here in the second period. 3-0 lead for the Eagles. Scoring in the first period with just 5 seconds left. Then able to find a shorthanded goal. High shot, glove down by Rodina. And the most recent one by number 9, Mitchell Davies, on a nice pass.
A little history for me, Sabby, with these two teams. I'll tell you the story of Johnny K. Junior C faced the Bell River Canadians 1994. I played for the Mount Forest Patriots. We beat the Stainer Siskins in the quarters in 6 games, and then met the Bell River Canadians, and Dan Seaman was one of the best hockey players I've ever played against. Him and the rest of the Canadians took us 4 straight. That was a lesson. And then the next year we make it back to the semifinals. We played the Bowmanville Eagles, who are now the Clarington Eagles. We won 7 games with them. But yeah, just a little, thought you'd like to know that. If you don't have my hockey card at home and haven't read the back there, yeah, 3 semifinal appearances in Schmalz Cup playoff action for me. 0 championships.
Well, it's not an easy thing to win when you look at the number of teams across the province and what you have to do to get to this level. And a discussion in front of the Clarington bench. Some smiles, so they'll line up for the face-off in the Clarington zone. It looks a 2-minute penalty on the board for Clarington. 2-minute cross-checking call, so another power play opportunity for Lakeshore here late in the second period. But again, we haven't seen the Canadians establish any sort of offensive pressure here against this Clarington team. Good passing out of the zone. They gain the blue line, almost a giveaway. Garvey steps in, misfires on the shot though, and it's sent down the length of the ice. So couple of mistakes there on that entry, almost a giveaway, and then Garvey unable to pull the trigger. Canadians will try again. Up the far side, in comes Sullivan. Gets it towards net. That's picked off by 14, who seems to be everywhere in this game tonight. 30 seconds to go. Drop pass. Canadians can't keep it in the zone. It's out again. Garvey.
The period's coming to an end. Final seconds here, 12 to go. Canadians with one last chance.
They'd love a goal with just under 5 seconds to go in the period here. Garvey's shot hit a stick back to the point. Shot is blocked. And that will do it for the period. And despite Clarington with dominance so far here, diving in front of shots there, Johnny K, making sure the puck doesn't get to the net.
That was Hayes Bell jumping on a grenade there late in the period. That's going to leave a bruise and a mark. 3-0 Eagles after 2.
And it'll take a mammoth effort by the Lakeshore Canadians to try to get back into this contest. It's been all Clarington Eagles so far here tonight in this contest. And Let's go down to Alec, who's with Dawson Manning.
Thanks, guys. I got Dawson Manning with me. 2 assists. You guys are up 3-0 after 40 minutes of play. How do you like your guys' effort here so far?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. We're playing our system, keeping pucks deep and going after it. And, sticking to it and just got to keep it up in the third period.
Lakeshore, really good team. 3-0 lead. How do you guys keep this? And how do you play last 20 minutes strong, come out here with a win?
I think we just got to play discipline and stay out of the box and keep pucks deep and have a high guy, and we should be good from there.
Thanks, Dawson.
No worries. Have a good one.
Dawson Manning, guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Alec. 3-0 lead for Clarington over Lakeshore. It's been all Eagles.
All Eagles all night, and just not the push that I was expecting from the Lakeshore Canadians, but I have to check my math. I count 12 regulars out of the lineup for the Lakeshore Canadians, but I want to make sure before I announce that on the radio. But that looks like it to me. I know there might be some injuries, but I've gone through it 3 times, and I count 12. So, big semifinal games tomorrow, but tonight it's all Clarington Eagles, 3-0 after 2, Steve.
All right, we'll be back with the third period. Eagles lead it. You're watching the PGHL Schmalz Cup from Woodstock, sponsored by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Back here for the third period, Clarington leading Lakeshore at the PGHL Schmalz Cup. Round robin action and a 3-0 lead.
3-0 lead, 2 goals in the second period, 6:46. It's Mitchell Davies, assist Dawson Manning, shorthanded. 15:33, Mitchell Davies again. Kobe Poulin and Ryan Hall with the assists. That makes it 3-0 Eagles, Steve.
Wellesley and Stainer earlier today. It was Wellesley coming on top 5-3. Both teams will gear up for tomorrow. The opponents to be determined, and I believe Clarington wins. They will face Stainer, and then that would mean Lakeshore would face Wellesley. And the games tomorrow set for 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
And we'll be here, Steve.
We'll be here all the way through to the gold medal game, 2 o'clock, championship game, 2 o'clock on Sunday. All supported by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario for this Schmalz Cup tournament from Woodstock. Here comes Lakeshore on the attack. High shot by the Canadiens player. Off the end boards, and Lakeshore trying to at least muster up 1 goal here tonight. Tronchin trying to keep it in. Williamson for Clarington now with it. A giveaway to Tronchin, and a little bit of a miscue there for sure, as the Canadiens have come out with a little more grit to start the third period. Back to the far point, near side. Here's Fennick, waits on it, dumps it into the corner, comes around to the near side, and Davies trying to punch it out for the Eagles. And finally blown down as the puck's not going anywhere, so they'll set it for the face-off in the Clarington zone.
We'll call that 50-50 puck battle a draw. Working deep in the Clarington zone. Face off to the left of Rondina.
Hall for Clarington. Side steps a forechecker and able to get the puck ahead. And all the way into Lakeshore territory. Play in front of Bolton, easily steered away. And the Canadiens are out again, far side into the Clarington zone. That's going to force Watkins back. Delivers a hit, puck on the near side dugout, and the Eagles will get it up the ice. Led by Sterling, fires it in, and they'll make the change. Each team coming into this tournament 1-1. So the final 2 games today determining the seedings. 1 will face 4, 2 will face 3 tomorrow. So tomorrow it counts, win or go home, as they say. A little more jump in the step of the Canadiens here in the third period. They'll get a shot on net that's steered away. Chauvin on the far side being tied up. Lakeshore fighting to keep it in deep, and they do, and this is the most offensive zone time they've had through this game. Tied up in the near corner here as players trying to freeze the puck, still digging at it though. Referees letting them play, and eventually pops loose. Nice little stick handle there by Levesque. Escapes to the far side, off the end boards, and the Canadiens able to keep it in. Making a line change. Hamlin on the near side in a battle. Herneman in there as well. He's taken down to the ice, and finally Clarington able to clear the puck. Lakeshore has it though, and they're right back in to the offensive end. Trying to go to work here. At least crack the goose egg that's sitting on the scoreboard right now. Clarington able to get it up to the far side, but that's as far as they go. Now the puck bouncing around, picked up by Manning. He lost it going into the zone, and Lakeshore has some space. And they'll break it out on the near side. Herneman leading the rush. Herneman with the high shot, gloved by Rodina.
Rodina with the save. Puck elevated, chest high. Caught it, and we're getting a face-off deep in the Clarington zone.
Yeah, well, Lakeshore too. Like they've had more offensive zone coverage, but again, no traffic in front of Rodina at all.
Yeah, have you seen every puck here tonight, Steve?
Near side picked up by Matheson, trying to steer away from the forecheckers off the near boards. Up to the blue line and out, and fired into the Lakeshore zone, hard off the end boards. Lakeshore was back defensively. Galvin on the far side spins away from a forechecker. Will feed it up to the near side and flipped high in the air down the ice. That'll force Hall back. He'll take a look. Flipped over to the far right side. Tipped into the Lakeshore zone, and here comes Davies on the attack. Already has one goal tonight. Puck stuck at his feet though, and it escapes over to the near side. Hall back at the blue line, looks for the shot, high shot. Looking for the tip in front. Davies in behind the net. Now Clarington seeming to get the skates in beneath their legs here. Almost cough it up at the blue line. They'll get it in deep and go off for a change. And with a 3-0 lead, they won't send anybody in too risky. Keep it defensive-minded first for sure. Puck around the Clarington net and sent back the other way to the far boards. Lakeshore, the recipient of that pass, able to keep it in. Here's a high shot, gloved again by the goaltender for another faceoff.
14:03, 14:05 left here, third period. 3-0 Clarington. Canadians with a bit of a push back here, Steve, but I just feel like the Eagles are too much for them tonight.
Face-off win by the Eagles around the net, coming over to the near side, off the boards, up the ice by Shaw, and this one will go for icing. Let's go down to Alec. Catch him next break. Face-off to the near side, won by Lakeshore. Working it on the perimeter, back to the blue line. Flipped into the far corner. Williamson's there for Clarington, takes a bit of a hit, but Eagles able to spring it out. Shaw will tip it at center, and it's into the offensive zone. Manning following up. Round the net, back to the slot, quick shot. Nice save there by one Nicholas Bolton. Let's go down to Alec.
Oh, there we are, guys. Yeah, and I did some little digging there between the second and third periods here, and a lot of scratches here for Lakeshore today. I did some talking to some fans, some coaches. Expect a different team on the ice tomorrow for Lakeshore. They're playing it safe here tonight. Different reasons guys are out tonight, but that's the way they want it to go. So expect a different team tomorrow for Lakeshore. Back upstairs to you guys.
Thank you very much. I think few regulars scratched from the lineup tonight, Johnny K. So Lakeshore giving some ice time to some players who might not see much ice tomorrow. At the end of the day, though, tomorrow's going to be a win or you're done situation. So better bring your A game for sure. Clarington here working away with a 3-0 lead. Here's Hall. Far point shot comes in by Bolton, comes to the near side. Watkins will slide it ahead, and it's into the offensive zone. Claus with it, sends it across to the near side, but that was between two skaters, and that will spring Herneman out for Lakeshore. He's into the offensive zone. Hall gives him a little hug. Oh, and then little shot, and Herneman's grabbing on for dear life. Holding's going to be the call against Hall.
I feel the argument that Hall has to Mr. Referee was he was holding me as well, but he's not going to buy it. Head into the box, 2 minutes or less. Power play, Lakeshore Canadians.
They've had a couple opportunities on the man advantage tonight, but one cost them actually, with Clarington scoring a shorthanded goal. Puck along the end boards, off the draw, and slapped down the ice by the Eagles. Just over 12 minutes left to go here in this third period. Just a reminder, Saturday's schedule, 2 and 5 o'clock.
2 minutes for 4. That's all for 4.
Here's Manning circling around for Clarington as the Eagles just killing time off the Lakeshore power play. Nice catch there by Fennick. Feeds it across to the far side, and the Canadians are in again. See if they can go to work here with the man advantage. Minute 10 left on the power play. Cycling the puck well, shot off a leg off the end boards, and it's going to be turned around by Manning, sends it up the ice, and this is Bell coming in. Bell coming in, shorthanded, quick shot saved by Bolton. From the knee, Bell getting a decent opportunity, but Bolton able to keep that middle part open. Around the net, over to the far side. Here's Watkins. On the right wing, Watkins racing up, stopped at the blue line, and Lakeshore will turn it around the other way, and they have a 3-on-2 coming in. Here comes the shot, that's blocked. Second opportunity, that's steered away. Metcalf getting the opportunity for Lakeshore. Back at the blue line, hit a stick right back to the player. Now to the near side, here's Garvey. Garvey floats it in deep, and Chauvin in behind the net as he battles for the corner. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Diving stop by Matheson as he got away in front of a pass. Along the blue line, slid across the near side, and penalty is over. Clarington back to full strength, puck to the far boards. Lakeshore unable to take advantage of that one, and look out, here comes Clarington 2-on-1 here. Davies across, shot saved by Bolton. Look out, the rebound hit Garvey, who was standing at the side of the Canadians' net. Bolton had to reach over to make sure that didn't sneak in. Puck flipped over to the near boards. Sterling looking for it in his feet, grabs it. Sterling holds on, quick shot, and nice reaction by Bolton with the quick glove.
Sterling with the hard, quick shot. Bolton with the save. Mitchell Davies looking for his third of the game there. A couple seconds ago for the Eagles. 9:52 left here, third period. Clarington Eagles 3, Lakeshore Canadians nothing.
Here's Hall with the play, down low, trying a little give and go the side of the net. Puck up ahead to the near right side, and that's back into Clarington territory. Williamson back for it, holds on, looks around, leaves it there for Manning. Manning has options, sends it off the board far side, and Clarington player hauled down on the way in. That was Hall, and this time the holding call is going to go the other way. Interference is the official call, but knew something was coming.
Clarington Eagles going on a power play. Full bore for the Eagles. Davies, Poulin, Hall's out there, Watkins, their captain Manning, Dara. They've all played rough and tumble game here, up 3-0. They're on the power play versus the Canadians.
Ethan Galvin goes to the box for the interference call, so Clarington Eagles on the power play. Shot towards the net. Looking for the tip at the side of the net, didn't work. Puck stays in the Lakeshore zone. Clarington in deep. Here's a shot. Bolton with the save. Rebound. Back to the point. Clarington working the near side perimeter. No one in front of Bolton yet. Watkins keeps it in. Poulin trying to return the pass, but that was off the mark, and it's down the length of the ice. That eats up a quick 40 seconds off the man advantage for Clarington. Pass to the far side. Eagles send it into the Lakeshore zone. Shaw off the end boards. Clears it over to the far side. Kept in by Clarington as they work it down low, out in front, trying to set up a play. Shaw will clear it back to the far side. There's the slot area. Toe save by Bolton. Nice quick release in between the face-off dots. Eagles getting their chances here to add a fourth goal on the board towards the net. Bolton down and cleared over to the near corner. Eagles working away. Here comes the rush high on Bolton. Makes another save, and Lakeshore sending it down the length of the ice. Just 20.
Bolton's seeing lots of rubber here tonight, Steve. Playing well. Despite the 3-0 lead, he's kept his team in a respectable hockey game here.
Here comes Clarington on the attack. Backhand attempt steered away by Bolton once again. And Galvin's ready to come out of the penalty box here for Lakeshore. Pass across is way off the mark, and that will do it. So no power play goal here for Clarington with just 7:10 left here in the third period, but they have a commanding 3-0 lead as it is. Puck into the Lakeshore zone near side. Canadians will control and look to march it out. Metcalf sends it up the ice. Fell as he made the shot. Matheson picks it up for Clarington and sends it over to the near side. Klaus on the rush, got a man going towards the net, but that's deflected out of play. 6:41 to go.
Klaus trying to get to the puck to rookie Dale Junkin, driving the net there, deflected out of play. 6:41 left here in the second game of round robin action on day one here in Woodstock, Ontario. Tomorrow, 2 semifinal games. And like you said earlier, Steve, win and you're in, lose and you go home.
Puck on the near side. Hall will get a shot away off the glove of Bolton. Far boards. Eagles on it right away, keeping the pressure consistent here. Now a turnover, and Lakeshore able to clear to center ice. Batted right back in by the Eagles. Round the net. Lakeshore will play it up the far boards. Look for an outlet. Instead, they'll just send it down the ice, and now race for it. Played by the Clarington goaltender, but coughed it up at the side of the net. Now it's down low, battle for it. Puck comes to the near side. Canadians on it first. All the way over to the far boards, and that's out of the zone. Here's Fennick on the near side, looking for it. Sends it across to the far side, and Galvin with it. Galvin will flip it through the middle. Hall picks that off. And the Eagles just trying to walk that clock down as much as possible. They're up the ice, and puck into the Lakeshore end once again. So the Canadians have had a couple of chances, but Eagles with a good effort here tonight. And they'll take some momentum into tomorrow's game. Again, the matches, if the score stands as is, will be Clarington and Stayner, and Wellesley and Lakeshore. Canadians up on the near side. Into the offensive end. Nobody parked in front of the net. They've got Sullivan up high. And now Eagles steal, and it's cleared over to the near side, but they can't get it out. Lakeshore able to knock it down. Hamlin watches it go by him, and here comes Davies. Long shot, glove saved by Bolton, and that will stop the play there.
Another save for Bolton. We got to check out the shots on goal. Savvy, I have a feeling they're going to be up there for the Clarington Eagles. 4:46 left here. Eagles with a commanding 3-0 lead. And do you have the shots there, Savvy?
Do I have the shot? 27-11 right now in favor of Clarington.
Okay. Sounds about right.
You're not going to score too many goals with just 11 shots. Collision at the blue line. Play rolls on. Canadians get it into the zone, but not deep enough. And look out, here comes 3 Eagles up ahead. And close in breakaway. No, hits the crossbar. Dawson Manning was able to sprint through, got a step ahead, but his shot hit the crossbar. So it remains 3-0. And in a goaltender's books, hitting irons just as good as a save.
Exactly. Coach Dean Baumhauer not taking the foot off the gas right to the end. Top line's playing, wants to keep his team in a rhythm for a semifinal game here tomorrow, 2 and 5 o'clock.
You know, that's the strategy when you're getting into situations, Johnny K, is your best horses have to be your best horses, and keeping them fresh and getting them the ice time to give them the momentum that they need to perform. And Clarington right now in control, shot in front, and the rebound's in. Four nothing. That'll be number 26, Hayes Bell, who is the beneficiary of the big rebound.
Hayes Bell from Hampton, Ontario, Steve. 18-year-old, 40 games, 29 points. Regular season for Hayes. 15 playoff games, 8 points. And that makes it 4-0 here. 3:40 left, third period.
So the clock will ride along here as the Eagles get back into the Lakeshore zone. High slot area. Comes over to the near side. Metcalf up ahead to Chauvin. Shot wide of the net. And around the net, Clarington able to bounce pass it up. They're onside into the zone. Quick shot saved by Bolton. Blast high over the cage off the end boards. Lakeshore still can't get it out. So Lakeshore coming in with a strategy tonight. They played defensive hockey for the most part through the first period, and just over 5 seconds left in the first 20 minutes. Clarington took the lead. And now some discussions here to our left. Looks like Josh Middleton for Lakeshore with a few words, along with number 7, Nathaniel Sterling. But, you know, for Lakeshore, Johnny K not really generating any offensive rush from the defensive setup. And Bolton's been their best player tonight.
Absolutely, Steve. And Clarington threw everything but the kitchen sink at Bolton in the first period. It wasn't until 5 seconds left that they scored their first goal. I agree with that. He would be, I'm going to call it now, he's going to be the hardest working player for this round robin game.
Literally the hardest working player, because he had to work hard.
Absolutely.
Might be a long ice bath tonight after this evening's contest. Puck comes back into the Lakeshore end. On the far side, Davies trying to kick it loose from a crowd. Comes to the near boards, and Clarington able to keep it in. So good crowds for these two games today. Hopefully some bigger crowds tomorrow here in Woodstock as the Schmalz Cup tournament continues into Saturday and wraps up Sunday afternoon. Clarington still pressing towards the net, not letting Lakeshore take a breather whatsoever. Tronchen coming in for the Canadians. Around the net he goes, trying to get a puck towards the net, and that is intercepted and sent down the ice for icing with a minute 5 left here in the period.
Minute 5. And it's home time, Steve. Going to hit the road, but we'll be back tomorrow for semifinal action. Steve Saber, Johnny Kay, all part of a great group here with 519 Sports Online. Great opportunity for us and great opportunity to watch some great hockey. So if you're in the Woodstock area tomorrow, get to the rink. You can find Savvy and I up here on the gondola. It's a gondola.
It's a
right?
gondola. We'll call it this.
We'll call it a gondola. And yeah.
Dairy Farmers of Ontario's proud sponsor of this Schmalz Cup tournament. Puck around over to the far side. 45 seconds left to go in the period, as both teams will finish it up here tonight. Get a good rest. I'm sure they have some curfews in place for this evening.
I'm going to call it a 11:30 curfew.
11:30 curfew?
11:30 curfew, and if you're over the age of 19, 2 beverages, max.
And they're both water.
Both water, yeah. And 10:30 curfew, 11:30.
.6 seconds left on the clock here, and more just to officially close the book on this game. The Eagles in control from basically the start to finish here in this contest. 4-0. As the Eagles will take a momentum into tomorrow with the big win. And the Canadians will give Bolton a little bit of a tap on the back. But what we hear, we'll see a different team from the Lakeshore Canadians tomorrow afternoon. Teams will line up at the respective blue lines for the post-game presentation. And we'll go down to Alec in just a few moments, but we'll wrap things up here shortly. A 4-0 win for Clarington here this evening over the Lakeshore Canadians. And let's go down to Alec here this evening.
Thanks, guys. I got head coach Dean Baumhauer with me. Dean, you guys started out slow in this tournament. 2 wins in a row. How are you feeling?
We feel good. We just got to get everybody back healthy. We got a couple key guys out, Connor Davies and Leighton Aiken, that are close. So we're hoping that with an optional skate tomorrow in the morning that they're feeling good for the afternoon game and the must-win, obviously. There's not much separating these 4 teams, but definitely we were here early. It was a long day right for us, but I thought once we got going and used to the bigger ice, I thought we had a pretty solid game.
Stainer awaits you guys tomorrow. You've seen them already once. How are you going to play them?
We're going to play this the same way, put pucks behind their D and go after them. They're a good team. 5 on their team is a good young player, and a couple of their other boys that I remember, Lair on defense and Roberts that came down from the OJ. But I think we'll be ready for them. There's no secrets. They know us. We know them. Both teams are well coached, so I think we're ready. We're hungry. So
all right. Enjoy this tonight. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back up to you guys. Thanks.
Well, thanks to Coach of the Clarington Eagles, and yeah, should be some pretty good matches tomorrow. Clarington and Stayner, Lakeshore and Wellesley. Johnny K, your thoughts on the action today?
Two good games. The first game had more energy, had more action, more reaction. I thought Siskins and Wellesley, I love the vibe of the hometown crowd. Call it Wellesley, half hour away here from Woodstock. Game two, it just lacked some intensity for me, but Clarington Eagles just did the job, and I love the way they played. They didn't change the way they went at it. With 14 seconds left, they tried to stretch it and tried to get the 5th goal. So they're on a mission, and they want to get back to that Schmalz Cup final. It's going to be a great game, great 2 games tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Motion sure will be up a little bit higher. Again, elimination games tomorrow from Woodstock. Saturday, 2 and 5, 519 Sports. The PGHL, Dairy Farmers of Ontario, will be with you all the way through. Thank you very much for joining us for these 2 games on Friday. On behalf of John Colias, I'm Steve Saverin. We'll talk to you Saturday.